guys? This is WD3. If you look around here, we are at the day center in the epicenter of the homelessness crisis here in Tulsa. You know about the BOK Center. You know about the Gilchrist Museum and a lot of the heritage sites here in Tulsa, Philbrook and others. But this is the epicenter and the heartbeat of Tulsa. This is where our weakest links reside, as far as we're not as strong as a city as we are as our weakest links. We are reminding, shout out to tlou, WD3 and our production team, we are reminding folks every day that this is the population that needs our help, needs our attention. We were talking to some workers for Family and Children's Services yesterday who work with the homeless population, and there was such passion and such love in those individuals for this population to where we had to come and show our love and support for anyone who would want the attention to probably get themselves out of this situation. We would say, hey, there's resources out there for housing. There's things, some of the things are fair, some are not fair, but if we all put our strength and energy together and actually pay attention, maybe there's some inspiration that we can find from being down here. We'll get tlou and we'll take a look at some other stuff here, and we'll see some of the area. As you see, this is the Tulsa Day Center here, where the homeless come and they get resources. There's doctor's appointments, there's vouchers and all kind of stuff. They help you get your driver's license and things like that, your ID, because those are the basic things that you need to get housing. Housing is your number one need. Employment, housing, drug counseling. Those are the things that are needed down here in this area to get some of these people off the streets. I'm sure we can't help everybody, but doing nothing assures that we help nobody. So after this break, we're gonna go and take a look at some of the other areas, and I even see a tent city off to our right. We're gonna go check it out. We'll do some Facebook Live, but what I wanna do is make sure that no more in Tulsa are we gonna hide our faces from what's going on back here. This is real life. We're not better than these people. These people are us without a break. So let's open up our hearts and open up our eyes and really, really pay attention to the hidden people in our Tulsa city. Hey, this is WD3. We're down here in the Red Fork District, checking out a lot of artists that are down here. And if you guys get a chance here in the Tulsa area, this is called the Red Fork District in West Tulsa, Oklahoma. And this is a new spot where a lot of independent artists are able to express themselves and show off their art. You guys follow me. There's this pottery by Jez. How are you, Miss Jez?
I am, yes.
Well, how are you, Miss Jez? My name is Willie Hill.
Hi, Willie.
And I run a TV show locally called the iITTCast.
Oh, right.
Yep. And what we're doing is we're good friends of Nikki.
Great.
You guys have something going on, so we're just going to help you.
Well, that's lovely, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely. How long have you been painting? How long have you been doing these
I've been doing it about 15 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. This is awesome stuff.
But I think the last 6 has been like a real job because I got laid off from work. So this is, not a hobby anymore. It's an actual business.
So it stepped up even also. I love that. That's awesome. Sometimes necessity is the mother of invention.
It is, right? Yes, it is.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing this stuff with us. If we're talking.
Pleasure.
How are you? My name is Willie Hill from the host of iITTCast. They call me WD3. Could you tell us your name and a little bit about what you got going here?
My name is Carly. I'm part of Salty Sister Design, teaming together fish leather. My sister's and I cure all the fish skins ourselves. We make it into it's all caught by us, friends of ours.
long?
2 years.
3 years. All right. So we got a lot of experienced artists here. We appreciate you guys. Hey, this is WD3 and the iITTCast. We're down here at the Day Center. We're talking to Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, you know, we're down here trying to highlight and help some of the hidden people in society to be visible, so that people can open up their hearts and maybe some resources and get some of these people off the street. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and you don't have to tell us what you don't want to tell us, but tell us some of the challenges that some of the folks here would need to overcome in order to get out of the situation.
Well, to me, in my estimation, we need more quickly affordable housing to transition these people into housing units. And then the people who have the mental issues, we need a place for them to go where either they can take their medication, be monitored to where they can become healthy, and then transition them into housing and possibly some of them back into the workforce. That's what we need.
So if we had some people who saw this and they wanted to help, what are some of the impediments or some of the stumbling blocks that would prevent some people down here from actually being able to access or receive that help to actually make it to where it works for them?
Rehabilitation, some drug rehabilitation, possibly some detox facilities where we can get some of these people detoxified, and then work some of those also from detoxification from the drug abuse, the alcohol abuse, detox them, and some of them a combination of detox of alcohol, drugs, and prescription drugs.
Yeah. So prescription drugs, even the ones that are prescribed by doctors, are sometimes challenging for folks down here.
Yes, because some of those people are still under the influence while they're taking these other chemical units.
Wow.
Yeah, so then you have a deadly combination there. That's why you have people that's running around here that's actually talking to themselves and all of this type of activity because of the chemical agents, compounds that are in their bodies.
Wow. So, Mr. Charles, if that camera represented people in Tulsa and the world, what would you look at the camera and tell them? What would you say? What would be a message that you would tell them that would really, you think, would resonate?
Well, I think that if we look around American society today, all over the nation, we have all of these housing, just like in Detroit. You got all these empty houses, facilities that aren't being used, which can be refurbished into detoxification units. Okay? He's got these empty buildings. All we got to do is refurbish them, and then we can start treating these people. And in the city, well, you know, nationwide.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, thanks for your insight, man. I appreciate your courage for talking to us and your kindness when we came up and just talked to you, and your willingness to do this for us, man, and God bless you.
Oh, yeah, I believe in Jesus Christ. That's the way to go. Help me all the way.
All right, thanks, brother.
Y'all have a blessed one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, hey, this is WD3, and we're still here down at the Day Center. We're a little bit across the street. If you see off to the right, we have a tent city. We're sitting here with Mr. Donnie. Mr. Donnie. Mr. Donnie, we were talking to Mr. Charles across the street. He was telling us about some of the challenges that folks have to overcome, some of the stumbling blocks, whether it be some addiction or lack of housing and things like that. What are some of the things that you've seen that prevents a lot of folks down here from really excelling and getting where they need to be and getting off the streets, honestly?
Well, I mean, they got it like around here now. They got it. They give people housing and stuff. I mean, but the list is a long list. I mean, they really slow. I just gotta stay here, but this down here, I mean, I know they can do something better than this. I mean, they built the big buildings and stuff, but they still sleeping out there.
We were talking earlier about how we can't keep this hidden anymore. we got to start putting this out in the open and putting it in people's face. So if you can't profess to love God if you don't love the people that God made.
They go more shelter, but shelter ain't the reason. So people can do what they want to do. I mean, you can choose which one to go to work, whatever. Don't you can't blame it on home. I've been homeless, but I still do my thing. You know,
Right.
So they don't stop. You know, they ain't got to do that. It's in yourself.
So a lot of the challenges.
If you want to get off the street, you can get off the street.
Okay.
Unless you cripple, blind, or crazy. I ain't even. I'm 65, 65 next month. I still go to work.
WD3 Comedy. It's a local TV show here. Well, we're international, but we're good friends with the owner here. We're just doing some promoting. And, tell us your name and what you got here.
So my name is Sarah Beatty, and I do different types of artwork. I teach acrylic and watercolor classes. Some of these are just prints. Here's a little book of all the classes I've taught, and then a lot of this is wood and resin, so it's more like functional art. So sometimes they want something for their walls, sometimes they want something, for like a cutting board. It's okay. So with the epoxy, each one turns out completely different. I just never know how.
So what is this layer here? I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
That
this
is
is
so awesome.
epoxy resin. So in the process of it, I have to wear respirator masks because, like in the liquid form, it can be toxic, just like the fumes and stuff. But once it's cured, you can use this as a cutting board. This won't come off. It's super glued on there. Some people use it as like a glue, anyways. So yeah, when it cures, it takes about 8 hours for each layer to cure before I can go back and add something else.
So how long have you been doing this?
Well, I've done it full time for about 2 years, but before I quit my job, I did it for 5 years, kind of part time. Yeah.
So it seems like the things that are going on in the greater world are really forcing people back to their love and their passion.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a privilege to do it full time. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, get a shot of it. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We're just doing some promoting here. We heard about this event. We wanted to come down and help you guys out. Tell us about your leather work.
Well, my name is Shelley, and I do all kinds of leather goods. I do everything from hand, from the hide. I cut all the pieces out from the hides and put them together. And I sell some bath salts too. My daughter makes handmade bath salts, all natural.
Very good smelling too.
Yeah,
Wow,
they're
awesome.
great. They're great.
Tell us some of the uses of the benefits of bath salts.
So the bath salts, these are mostly just to make your skin soft and for relaxing, but she makes them from Himalayan pink sea salts and Epsom salts, and the only thing that's not 100% natural in her mixture is a little bit of fragrance. But everything else is 100% natural. Because my daughter makes them and she's got a lot of allergies. So she wanted something for herself that she didn't have allergies.
Wow. So what got you started? How long have you been doing the leather work?
I've been doing the leather work probably close to 15, 16 years, and it was an accident because I trained dogs. So I started making collars because so many people come in with ill-fitting collars or garbage collars. So I started with that, and then somebody would say, "Oh, can you make me a wallet? Can you make me a purse? Can you make me this?" And it just kind of
Blossomed out.
So now this is pretty much what my full-time
From the dog collars to the
to wallets and handbags and jewelry.
Congratulations and thanks for sharing that.
And thank you for coming down and saying hi to all of us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Man, you know it's tough, man. You know it's tough. We've been having it hard out here, man. So this is hard out here. I'm doing a Facebook Live, and people have it hard out here, man, in Tulsa. You know, there's a little scenery. Looks like a mini skid row, don't it? Ain't that crazy, bro? Count your blessings, man. Count your blessings.
Hey guys, stuff like that. I have a show called the iITTCast, and I'm a good friend of Nikki's. So we like to kind of help you guys promote a little bit.
Okay.
And just tell us about your art, how long you got started, what's your story?
Okay, take it away, Lisa. This is our very first time.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So we're basically friends that all do art, and I just went on Facebook, and I was like, is there like a venue?
Yeah.
And so then we met somebody and set it up.
So what's the theme or the inspiration for your work, like the t-shirts, for example?
Oh, so I did the t-shirts. I have all like the neon and like the t-shirts. I do a lot of like, what is it? Like it's kind of like satire pop art, you know? Because like this one says like, "Hello, my name is," and it says "Recovery People Pleaser," and yeah. But that's most of my stuff. Like "Go Love Yourself," stuff like that, you know.
Awesome.
But yeah, very like satirical pop art type.
Well, my comedy is all about satire.
Okay, there you go.
I'm the only black Trump comedian that took on impersonating Donald Trump.
What's up with that?
You know, I'm not a fan of his, but I feel like I use his own words against him.
Yeah.
If you're a Trump lover, I don't hate him either. But
So it don't stop. It's your ability, what you're about.
so you say it's
And your
more-
strength and your endurance. I mean, if you want to do something, you won't do it. It's all in here.
But we talking
Not in
about
here. Same thing, same
I mean,
thing.
we talking about people
I ain't
like
gonna talk about
what they ain't gonna help.
Help who?
I mean, the people who
I mean, you gotta help yourself.
well, man,
What them kids represent?
well, I'm tell you, I ain't lazy.
I know.
I'm drawing unemployment.
We ain't
But
talking about you.
yeah, they can do better than this.
If you offer more programs.
So we need a lot
When
more.
you go to work and school,
I mean,
some of them ain't got education. You know, some of them ain't got GED. So that class, they probably had it around here, something like that. You know, programs they can go to get a GED.
Okay. What you think?
You know what? I would like to. What I think is that it's a shame that we have the $1 billion BOK Center and all these big buildings, and you got to sleep on the sidewalk right next to them.
All they know is making hotels around there.
It's an absolute
can't even afford
disgrace
it.
to the
You can't
city,
afford
in my opinion. It is.
Okay.
So tell me, Mr. Dunny, tell me if you could look into that camera and that represents folks in this city and folks around the world who can help you, what would you say to them? What would you tell them that your challenge and the resources that you need in order to overcome some of those challenges? Look in the camera and tell them.
It's basically my fault, you know what I'm saying, about my situation, but
Here's the question. What do they need out here? Like better programs, better sources, stuff like that.
better sources and
But what kind of sources? A work program? That'd be good. Well, who gonna go to work? Now, if they pay to go to work, they might go.
well, you're not gonna get paid if you don't go to work.
I'm just saying they got places they can pay you while you work. We ain't talking temporary service.
I mean, it gets deeper and deeper, man. It's
Stimulus ain't got a problem. Stimulus ain't gonna last too long.
Hey, that was Mr. Donnie and what's your name, sir?
Tony Williams.
Mr. Tony and Mr. Donnie, and very, very nice people who were very open and talked to us. And what we try to, one thing that was very, very telling about talking to these folks is the fact that, hey, a lot of it is internal, but there's only so much we can do once we get so far deep in the hole. Let's not turn our blind eye to what's going on down here. The iITTCast, WD3, tlou, Magoo, we're going to put it in your face today, and we're going to show you that Tulsa is not whole unless everybody's whole. We'll take more of a look. Hey, we just came from the day center. We dealt with some heavy stuff there. We had Charles really give us a lot of good information on exactly how he feels we can solve some of the homelessness problem here in Tulsa. But we are now standing on Brookside, which is actually on South Peoria Drive. It is a real feature of Tulsa where it's a lot of eclectic bars that have opened up. It's a lot of cool restaurants, some chain, some, you know, mom and pop coffee shops. But and right up the street, a real treat for the Tulsa residents is the Philbrook Museum, which there was a really rich family, and what they did was they cared about Tulsa, so they preserved their land. Also, there are some really cool people like Alex that we just met. Cool people out here on Brookside, and one of the things that I've noticed about being down here is the family atmosphere. I admit I have seen some trouble down here, but you know, nothing too crazy. But I tell you what, Tulsa Brookside is a place, and one of the things that I'm loving about Tulsa is the opening up of the medical cannabis dispensaries. We're right across the street from Terps right now, and you know, if you're into that sort of thing, well, you don't have to go to jail anymore in Oklahoma, so that's pretty cool. We still do have some of, there are some areas and some pockets. If you go a little bit south on, you know, some of the streets a little south, 61st area, you know, then you're gonna run into some of the societal problems that are created by society and their thinking. But just like the homeless, how there's a population of them that are discriminated against, there's also the minorities, and if you put them together, it's not a minority anymore, but don't tell anybody. But their discrimination is just as equally as oppressing. And one of the things that we're doing is kind of shining a light on people having a good time, but there is another side of the city that at this point they're not partying, they're not eating at restaurants, they're not drinking expensive drinks, they're just trying to survive. So let's keep them in mind. Now, you know, you still want to have a good time, and Brookside is definitely a place where you can have it. Matter of fact, we're gonna see some of the shops here. Come with me. So, as we go up Brookside, we're under the Urban Outfitters. I mean, you know, very expensive clothing, very, very expensive clothing. And if you come look over here, you're gonna see the expensive sushi bar. Can you see what the name of that is? I can't really see the name. In the Raw. How can I forget that? So there's the In the Raw. There's a Bricktown Brewery a little bit up the street. You got Torchy's Tacos right here. If you can see the orange sign, if I can get you. See the orange sign with Torchy's Tacos right in front of the Ida Red's General Store. So there is another side of Tulsa that's living pretty good. They have the dispensaries. It's pretty cool. The Brook restaurant, and there's some. I believe it's a great Mexican restaurant up the street. We won't go that far up, and we'll come down this way. And I'll tell you what. You could say, you know, people do have to live their lives. They do have to enjoy themselves and have a good time, and I agree with that. I mean, I'm out here feeling the breeze like everybody else, but I'll tell you what, and I'll say it 1,000 times, there are other people that are God's children that sometimes we have to realize that they are just like us. They feel, they hurt, but let's see some more shots. If you look right here with our buddy Alex, we're going to see the Warehouse. It's a bar that's been here for a long time. It used to be called Brookside Bar. And you know, there's
Cheers.
If you look over here, we're going to see the Brooks restaurant.
No, we're drinking it. Drink it.
Now, you're going to see the people getting their nails done, just all up and down. There's this is the Senor Tequila. Guarantee you. There's a lot of fun to be had down here as you can see.
Alright, buddy, you ready? I think you're ready. And it's your story, Brian.
Famous R Bar. You have some really posh shops down here. I mean, there's some really nice things that you can run into if you come down here. Look at that. So, you know, there are a few scriptures that come to mind. Whatsoever ye would that men do unto you, do ye also unto them. Would you want people to show you love, kindness, mercy? We're trying to get everybody a little bit of chance to get to know you.
Terry. WD3.
It's our TV show here called iITTCast. We've been running for 3 seasons.
Okay.
Going into our 4th season, but we like to do some promoting in between.
I'm all about it.
This is local and we love it. Tell us about your work. I never told us before, but...
Yeah, that's okay. I'm Terry with Acrylic Aftertaste. So I started during COVID and it just kind of exploded, as you can see. So I sell my own artwork, but then I also teach classes on how to do it. So it's a little sip and wine kind of thing at my house. I can accommodate up to 10 people or so. And yeah, I just love doing it. So I just want to share my passion and my purpose with other people.
Wow, I absolutely love the mini easel.
Yes, of course. I have to have a mini easel.
That's awesome.
Of course.
Well, you say you've been doing it since COVID.
COVID, yes.
Wow,
So,
isn't that is an awesome story. She was telling us earlier that she started during COVID. Just got this passion and look at this library of work she has here just in about a year.
In a year, yes.
Wow.
And actually, this isn't even everything. So
there's
a lot of
more.
pieces. I have commissioned pieces. I have pieces like all over the U.S. Yeah. So.
Wow. Do you have a website or something?
I do. My little easel. There you go. I'll give that to you. So, and then on the back, it's got like all the information and stuff. So. I would say there's another scripture that you should love your neighbor as yourself. Honor your mother and your father, your family. There's a lot of different people who are absolutely having a hard time. There's a lot of officials that we protect. We actually protect them, we trust them, and they don't tell us the truth. How do we make it to where there's more going on for some people down here, and then in the other place, the Dream Center with Salvation Army, it seems to look a different way. It seems to look like a different brand of human being almost, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back up here.
We had to have something. There was something that Mom did so we could work it out.
So, I think this is one of the places, the Brookside area, that we're going to explore. But we're going to take you to a place called the Gathering Place, where there's fun to be had there too. So there's a recreational part of Tulsa, but I just wanted to make you guys aware that this is a great town. I think that the people are very kind. I love Tulsa, but what we have to do is take care of all of Tulsa.
Taking a shot of the Riverwalk. This place right here is legendary.
Bring on the fitness here.
It's all good, brother.
How you doing?
Really good, man.
Good to meet you.
WD3. And I run a show called the iITTCast.
Alright.
We're based out of here in Tulsa, but we're international. And we just like to promote. We're friends with Nikki. We like to promote some of the stuff with some of the artists. Tell us about yourself and how you got started and what's the theme of your family is here.
Oh man. My name's Adam Koloff. I'm trying to be a photographer. I started out shooting astrophotography, and doing that in the spring is kind of hard. So
That is awesome.
started doing it during the day, and been shooting a lot of music and just kind of whatever else.
Yeah. Okay. So did you do music videos or anything ever?
A couple here and there.
There
It's
you go.
refining the process. A couple, but they're really basic.
I have to get one of your cars, is that all right?
Yeah, go for it.
We make movies. We do TV shows, movies, comedy, and we love art. So this is a new art spot. I know Nikki is pretty excited about all the artists that are finding and discovering this place. So you've been, how long you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So it seems like a lot of the artists here have discovered their real hustle for the passion here in the last couple of years. I see the theme, and I'll tell you what, necessity is the mother of invention. There's a lot of guys who got started just because things shut down, things slowed down. We had an artist over there who got laid off from a job, and one was bored during the COVID. So that's how art is made, guys. Is sometimes you get pushed into your passion, and you have no choice but to go full bore. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Good to meet you.
Good luck to you all. Some of the crazy things you get to see in Tulsa are amazing people. Like my boy Ramirez. He just showed me something I've never seen in my life. It's called light graffiti. Maybe you've seen it, and I'm on the late train, but show us the light
Definitely the late train.
Definitely the late train,
Yeah.
okay. So, let's see, the world wants to see the light graffiti.
Well, I hope you crop this shit out, because like it's going to be a little bit too hard to find it, man.
Well, let's see. It's all good. It's all good.
Here we go.
As we see the nice people passing by, while we see light graffiti, the late train, WD3. Ramirez was explaining to tlou and I some of the craziest, awesomest tips for taking photographs, even with your iPhone, taking great photographs. Did you do the light graffiti on your iPhone?
No, I did it off my Android. Fuck Apple.
Oh, okay, but he did it on the phone. That's the point.
So long exposure is like what you're wanting to do, just so you can get the chase of the light. So light graffiti is like you're chasing the light. Here's the shot that I did for my buddy for his business.
You see the lights around the bike? That is caused by just exposure, right?
Right, long exposure. And
Awesome.
this is Weber Bicycles. This guy, he does his own restoration for old bikes. And I'm there, I helped him out with his business. And here's me with my tripod on my phone.
Right.
Long exposure, and I put chasers in the background just for the light graffiti. You could do whatever design you want.
Man, that's awesome.
It's been going on for a while.
Thanks for sharing that with us. Told you, tlou, it's always lit where WD3 is. Ramirez, appreciate his posing earlier when we were taking some B-roll of the shot. But hey, thanks for sharing with us, buddy. Him and Ramirez and Alex, two people we just met tonight. Great people that you'll see here in Tulsa. I know where this is from. It's probably, did you have a kid in Head Start?
No.
Never? No.
Were you a teacher?
I was a bilingual family support. So I worked with families of I was sort of something like that.
Yeah, I should probably do like.
Okay, well, tell us about your art and how long have you been doing it, and
That's funny because a lady was just here to my first meeting ever as a gift because I didn't know what to give her, and it was a house. It was her house, and she loves her house. And so I started doing all these custom houses, and it's a person's home, and then all the things about them.
She had a chalkboard wall, and these are her past pets. She's a musician. These are her cuts and guitar picks. She's a musician. Just fun stuff.
Wow, yeah.
Just incorporated to make it about them.
And it's fun. It's fun art. It looks very fun. It looks very colorful and eye-popping. So how long have you been doing it?
Yeah, I mean,
She said 10 years, and I just said, you're the first one I ever painted with. And here you are.
I've been here for 6 weeks.
Never shown my art, never done anything like this. This is my second time to do this shit. Because this is all I did. I commissioned it and I go everywhere I go. So during the pandemic, I couldn't get frames I wanted from going to one place, so I had to order them. And when I found that place, they had all these other sizes of frames. So I'm like, ooh. So I ordered all the frames and then started painting things to fit the frames. So then I ended up with all this stuff to have an art shop.
And we do have quite a library, and we do appreciate you sharing. We always love the little miniature stuff. It's got the miniature frames and things like that. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
And best of luck to you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right.
I traded
All right, I can shut it off.
And there's Nikki Perez, the owner of the Wasp Nest. Let me get over here. Nikki, she started the Wasp Nest here recently, and she shared with me that some of her passion is giving opportunity to some of the local artists. She's always working with local artists. If you look around, you're going to see that there's a lot of local art in her shop. And one of the things that is pretty unique about this place is the fact that she brings a lot of cactuses and really internationally woven baskets and a lot of eclectic things that are really unique to this part of Tulsa and the art world in general. I've seen her vision go from an idea to actual fruition. And man, take a look around the Wasp Nest. You guys come down to Red Fork District, the Art Emporium, and you will be able to see some of this eclectic stuff. Maybe if we can get a word with Nikki. This is the owner of the Wasp Nest, Miss Nikki Perez. How are you, Miss Nikki?
Good, thank you.
Good. Tell us a little bit. We talked to some of the artists over next door, and they were telling us a lot of stories on how they got started, but tell us a little bit about how you got started and how you got this great shop here.
Well, a little pipe dream, sitting in a garage thinking of all the neat things out in the world, natural, and now it came to life with bringing local artists, natural products, sustainable.
Now, one of the things that you're really known for are your unique and great cactuses. So tell us a little bit about the cactuses that you have and how did you get a love for the cactuses?
The cactuses are from Coweta, from a local cactus farm. And I just like the desert and dry, and they're easy to care for. So they can become your friends really quick if you can keep them alive.
So the Oklahoma...
And they're Southwest kind of look.
The Oklahoma climate is really friendly to a lot of different cactuses, or is there any special care that you need with some of them?
Less water is better.
All right, well, thank you for sharing, and good luck with you all down here at the Art Emporium. Do you have a website, or is there anything that you'd like to direct the people to look at where they can see more or see when upcoming events are coming?
You can go to Wasp Nest 66 on Instagram and follow Art Emporium 66 on Facebook. Check out all our up and coming events and the store hours. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, Nikki, and good luck to you all. All right. As you see, the Art Emporium down here in the Red Fork District. As you come down Southwest Boulevard, right before you get on the highway, you see the big red building, Josh Stout Gallery outside. You guys come check it out. There's a lot of cool, unique stuff down, and every once in a while, stay tuned for the events in the event center because local artists are waiting to be discovered, and you all take care.
Reach the art. Hey, let's find a station that we all can listen to. Yeah, man, just get something that's hot. A little something like this, yo. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Let me take you on a journey, ride real smooth, never mess with them phonies. Gotta stay true to the game for my homies. Let's have a party and drink some Corona. Hanging out late nights doing what we do. Having no clue what our ladies going through. But I'm stepping up in the game so fresh. One of the best Macs that will put you to the test. Cannot stress, feeling like the best. My name is tlou, so I'm fading the rest. Never gonna stop because I go full throttle. Got the best production, so everybody holler. Popping my collar, making them dollars. So damn smooth, feeling like a scholar. Now everybody follows, they listen to my words. Now everybody follow, they listen to my words. Let me take you on a journey, riding real smooth. Gotta stay true to the game. Let's have a party, hanging out late night is what we do. Stepping up in the game, so fresh, so fresh. Let me take you on a journey. Let me take you on a journey. Let the dice roll, let the dice roll, let the dice roll, let the dice roll. Let me take you on a journey. Let me take you on a journey. Let the dice roll, let the dice roll, let the dice roll.